Yo, what is going on YouTube? Optimistic Teal here. So it has been a pretty long time since I have uploaded anything. So as you can see from the video title, I'm like low key self conscious about my eye, right? Because it drifts off. So I'm just trying to like focus on. Anyway, uh, yeah, as you can see from the title, I actually want to take the time to discuss something a bit more serious. Oh, also side note, real quick, I know I'm getting like mad sidetracked. I had some of my posters hanged up, and there is a very cool Artorias one right there. So, but yeah. Anyway, so I want to take a moment to discuss some mental health and all that, and essentially just some things that have been going on recently, and what I have essentially been dealing with, uh, away from YouTube and all that. Now, so about almost 50 days ago now, I have been trying to keep somewhat track of it, I guess. I broke up with my, obviously now ex girlfriend. So I'm not going to say her name because, again, I don't believe in like witch hunt or stuff like that. Um, and so I went through a breakup. Now, I actually don't miss them, nothing like that. It's not your kind of like typical breakup what you would necessarily expect. Um, no, I actually want to discuss just mental health and all that. So, as you guys know, I went on a diet. I believe what late 2017, mid 2017. No, it started early 2017 because it was a New Year's resolution thing. Okay, so yeah, I started the diet. I was 294 pounds in 2017. I am currently 221. Lowest I got was 206. Most recent that wasn't 221 as far as my low was 213. Now, the problem is, I gained 7 pounds and I just can't seem to shake it off. Like it's not coming off. Um, now, I've spoke on this topic before, actually. Now, the topic is I highly believe I have an eating disorder. I have talked to a therapist in the past. I went to therapy and I was diagnosed with slight depression, and I was told there's a good chance I am bipolar. Not like the angry sense. I'm not an angry guy. You guys have seen me play Dark Souls, and I can sit there just calm as can be. Uh, no, it's I go from extremely happy to extremely depressed. Like it's just kind of like up then down. And I explained my eating habits, and he looked me dead in the eye and was like, "Yeah, dude, that's perfectly normal." I'm like, "I didn't eat for 3 days straight, bro." Like, he wasn't the greatest therapist, though. I won't lie. And I'm not just saying that because I feel like he was sort of not, not just because I didn't like him. I just, it's really kind of a topic for a different video in a way because he was a very unique therapist for sure. Now, I quit going to him, and my bipolar medication uh, basically made me extremely tired, and I could not do like most day to day activities because I would literally have to sleep 90% of the day, which arguably I would say made me more depressed because I'm not getting that fresh air, and just I'm not really doing my normal activities like working out, etc. Now, um, basically, I sort of fixed my depression and stuff on my own after that because I was like, look, sleeping all the time isn't the right cure for me. It's not, it's not the right thing. And naturally, I just felt like he was wasting my time, so I quit going. And, arguably, some could say, well, that's a little risky because you're playing with your mental health. But, Gotti, what you doing? Rolling around on the floor. Ugh, my dog's weird. Anyway, uh, but yeah, so the mental health though. So I have dealt with slight depression. I have dealt with bipolar. I have dealt with an eating disorder. Again, self-diagnosed. I cannot say that enough. I say that anytime I speak on this because I know somebody like, well, you're not a therapist. What do you know? I'm like, exactly. What do I know? I know my patterns. That's all I know. I'm no medical professional by any means, and I just know my habits include not eating for many hours, if not days. Um, the reason I'm speaking on this, even to begin with, I recently went 30 hours without eating. Now, to some, 30 isn't too terrible, but the only reason I ate is because I felt extremely weak and it just did not feel good at all. And my stomach actually hurt for some reason when I ate. That was a first for me. It's never actually hurt to eat. So, I don't know. But now some of you might be asking, well, Teal, why? Um, got it. Step it. He's like licking his paw, so all I hear is like a licking sound. Um, what do you want to say? Hi. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Can you bark? Okay, he's not gonna bark. Anyway, um, so the reason I'm talking on this, right? So some of you be like, well, Teal, why do you feel the need to starve yourself? A lot of people have told me, uh, they're really impressed with my progress and like how did I lose the weight I even lost. But the problem is that a lot of people say, well, Teal, you look really little now. Like you look like skinnier, like significantly. And while these compliments do mean a lot to me, understand that I don't see that in the mirror. I look at myself and I can still see the fat. I still see the like extra skin from being obese most of my life. Like I still see the flaws, and I can still see it all. And that hurts because, like I don't see my body with everyone else's eyes apparently. I see them with just a complete different view. And or I see my body with a complete different view. But now the reason I mentioned the breakup, I have come to terms with a lot of things, and a lot of bad things, in my opinion, happened. Now, the things that did happen, which I don't even really want to go into a whole lot of detail on because I'm still trying to really come to terms with everything, and I'm still struggling with that. I don't miss them. That's not the thing. It's the things they said to me that still affect me greatly. Now, at one point in the relationship, right? So I would write my feelings down in the journal, and funny enough, it's like literally right next to me on the table. But I would write down in that journal to get my feelings out because it was recommended. Um, and basically, I was told that my emotions can be a bit much for her sometimes because naturally I do battle with depression and things like that, which I get it. Not many people can tackle that time and time again, and I didn't mind this. I thought it was a very healthy way to battle my emotions and get them out. And actually, it was my penmanship was actually getting better, and naturally it just didn't look like a kindergartner's handwriting no more. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of liking this. And I was actually feeling good. And I was even getting a bit of poetry going. And I was pretty happy. But naturally, when I was struggling with my eating disorder, again, as I said, self diagnosed. And if you don't know what self diagnosed means for some reason, it just means I highly believe I have an eating disorder due to my habits. And basically, when I was going through that, that didn't last very long. I just didn't eat till about 5 p.m. And I didn't tell her about this because I knew it would kind of stress her out a bit. And I was feeling lightheaded, obviously, from not eating. Hold on one moment. I was feeling lightheaded from not eating, and so I decided to lay down. I needed to take a moment to like sleep for like 20 minutes or something, just so I can really just get this lightheaded feeling gone. And she asked if anything was wrong. I said no, I'm just feeling lightheaded, and I just kind of needed to sleep. So there was a bit of truth in the lie. And again, I normally don't like to lie. It's just again, I don't like burdening people with my emotions. And especially being that I was told at the time that my emotions can be a bit much. I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying that try to understand where I'm coming from with this. But point is, I remember an argument that had happened, and see, I grew up with an older sister, and she is easily the scariest figure in my life. Not like in a bad way, but in like, like I guess she was kind of that person in my life that, like you don't say swear words around and stuff. Growing up as a kid, like that. She was like that figure. And anybody that knows her is just like she. It's tough to explain unless you know her. Like But I'm not saying that in a bad way. Point is, way I was raised, I will never raise my voice at a woman or disrespect them in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Same, plain and simple. And so naturally, the way she was, though, she would raise her voice a lot at me and even just be very rude and just really just, I guess, just not so thoughtful of my feelings. And naturally, I am a very emotional man. I am not like I'm not like, what's the best example? I'm not like that kind of guy that believes you have to be a hard ass to be a man. I'm the type of man that thinks it's okay to be emotional and to be vulnerable. I think that's perfectly fine because that's my nature. That's the kind of guy I am, and I will always be that way. Plain and simple. Nothing's gonna change that. And their words to me at the time were in which they actually denied saying this first part, but I remember this clear as day because this was easily one of the most hurtful things that was said to me is that the only thing you have going for you is that you're attractive and that I don't like your personality. You're too fucking nice. Or no, it wasn't I don't like your personality. It was you're too fucking nice and you're too much of a teddy bear. Now, in a way, some would say, well, the teddy bear thing you can see as a compliment. Yes, but you gotta understand how this is being said to me. I'm being said that I'm being told that all I have going for me is that I'm attractive. And when you have an eating disorder and you're already scared of losing your appearance because of your weight, it literally just reinforces your eating disorder and makes it worse. And it's just not it's not okay to say those things, especially to someone you would consider a significant other or someone you care about. And there were a lot of problems, and arguably they just weren't really good to me. And I would go as far to say as they cheated on me. Now, the thing is, what they did, some may not consider as cheating. I consider it as cheating, and I think most people consider it as cheating, but you could argue that it isn't. I agree, or believe rather, that I was cheated on. And I'm not going to make excuses for them or nothing like that. I believe I was cheated on, and some would even argue I was verbally abused. I have shown the messages that were sent to me one time. It was the day of the breakup, actually, and I have shown certain friends these messages because I wanted a second opinion. Because recognizing verbal abuse and physical is very different. Physical, for me, like if I was physically abused, I would know because you'll feel pain. Now, verbal abuse is a lot tougher for me to comprehend because I've never experienced it. This would be the first if I was. Now, some say I was verbally abused, and I kind of believe I was too because it just really depends on how you want to see it, but it's what I believe at the end of the day. So, I have been struggling to come to terms with that, and arguably, it has affected my trust, especially going into new relationships. I am somewhat scared to trust another person and be vulnerable and show them my emotions. And, it's tough. It's tough for me now because I'm very terrified that someone will treat me the way she treated me, and above all else, I am very terrified of being cheated on now. And all it did was make this all of this really kind of worse. And I am getting better. Again, I did eat yesterday finally around like six or no, yeah, around like 5 6 p.m. I think somewhere around there. So yeah, I am eating again, and I am trying to lose weight. Now the thing is that I literally cannot lose weight actually at the moment. Like I'm just like my body again, as I said, just doesn't want to lose weight. It's I don't know. It's just really kicking my ass. But I want to talk about this because it is something that has affected me greatly, and I don't really know how to process all of it sometimes, and I am slowly processing it. And as time has gone on, I realize that I have not allowed myself to grieve, and grieving is a part of the healing process at the end of the day. And I only know this because I am in a Discord server dedicated to like healing from breakups and all that, and uh, it has helped me very greatly. Now, like there's some other mental health things I'll talk about probably when I'm ready, but I am not ready. I really just don't think I'm ready to tackle certain memories yet and just certain things. But this is just one thing I needed to tackle, and I felt that I should let you guys know that I am healing from something that, in my opinion, hurt me very greatly. And I'm feeling better today, and I was actually considering going to the gym. I'm actually wearing my Dark Soul shirt, and like I wear this because it's like my lucky shirt. Same with my Kingdom Hearts hat. I wear this because I believe it's like a good luck item. So uh, the point is, it's just I wanted to discuss this, and I know this was a long video, but I felt like I needed to talk about this. And please be patient. I'm still trying to really just discover what I want to do, especially with my YouTube channel, and really just I'm waiting for me to be in like a right mindset when I have all of this just kind of processed and dealt with mentally, and then I'll probably come back and try to make videos or do something. I am getting back into drawing, and I know some of you really like the streams, so hopefully I'll get something with that maybe. I don't know. But I wanted to talk about this, and to everybody that stopped by to listen, thank you very much.